Alright guys, this is going to be a bit of a different one. This is the final Haste video. This is going to be the 100% video of me finishing the achievements. But I was smart enough to not record my audio. My voice audio. So, I'm doing a voiceover. I'm actually in the editing thing right now, and I'm gonna go through editing. I'm gonna just put this over all the editing and everything, make it easy. I don't know how this is gonna go. It's probably gonna be a much shorter video, because this is very different from just live commentary. So here I'm looking at the achievements. So what this first part's gonna be is I'm gonna look at the achievements here. This first part is going to be of the Perfect Landing Master and the Machine achievement. The Veteran one comes later because it was more of just a tedious grind to get challenges, because if you know, you have to go to those mystery question mark levels, and that could either be an item or a challenge. It could be anything. So you'll see at some point I will go and I will replay the same shard to get to farm challenges. But for this one, yeah, this is going to be, I might just skip to the raw footage, because most of this first one is just me doing failed attempts. The Machine achievement is perfect landings, no items, and no damage taken. There's a lot of failed attempts, and I might just skip to the good run. So we might do that right now. So this isn't the winning attempt, but this is one of the times I made it to the final machine. I'm pretty sure there was 3... I'm gonna have to look through it. There was a couple of times where I made it to the final machine and I did fail. This is the first one. So actually, while this is playing, this is a fail attempt. The reason why I didn't like just scrap this, and I'm doing like a commentary, just a editing commentary kind of thing, was because I have Oblivion. Oblivion is going to be very difficult because there's zero voice recordings. I have hours and hours of footage for 100%. I haven't even completed the game, haven't done the main story. I'm still doing the side quests, achievements, and I'm gonna have to do commentary over the whole thing. So this is pretty much a practice for that. So, you know, I'm gonna be going over what I'm doing. You see how I took a really bad route there? I wasted all of my ability. That's what like completely ruined me this run. I took way too much time. I didn't know where I was going, and right here, see, I used too much of my ability and I didn't have enough to make that. So that was my first final machine failed attempt. Now you'll see throughout a lot of these, you will see, well, it's not really throughout a lot of these, I'm skipping through a lot of failed attempts. It was so many failed attempts just from the messing up the first level. Like that, I just hit the top of that little ring, got me an okay, that run's failed. That quickly. This is my second failed final machine run. This was pretty far in. I had a lot of failed attempts not making it to the final machine, so it's always that, you know, once you make it to the final machine, I'm gonna get nervous and I'm gonna mess something up. I mean, shoot, I might just get a good on one of these landings. If I mess up one landing, I knew it. I thought I remember this one. I got a good. That one's a fail. I mean, that sucks. And you know, those final machine runs aren't short, man. They're long. They take a very long time, so it's just dependent on, you know, it's all just time, really. There you saw me going through those harder shards. I really don't know what they're called, those like anti-shards. I completely forgot, or I discovered that you can decline items on those, which helped with pathing. So it did take less time than, but yeah, those anti-shards turned into just nothing really. I mean, they were just a way to get around the mystery ones, because it was the mystery ones that were actually the kind of I want to say they were the mystery shards were something I actually had to look out for, because I couldn't, if they gave me an item, I couldn't decline the item. So that's why those like anti-shards became my go-to. For this next bit, you'll be seeing a lot of gameplay. I'm gonna be cutting around, but this is the final run. So I did have 2 failed, nearly full runs. But after that, I mean, it was kind of just trivial, you know, like the very first level, right? That was kind of it. Like, I would play the first level, fail, and then just restart. You know, it wasn't anything too crazy. So I'm not gonna show the entirety of the raw footage. I had to slide down the, you know, I moved the sliders to as easy as possible, because what makes this challenge a challenge is the perfect landings. I feel like you could do all the other achievements with sprint if you're dedicated enough to give it enough time. But just due to the perfect landings is what makes this challenge kind of obsolete. Like, I don't want to put in all this time just to, I don't know, man, just for an achievement. It's a lot of very precise. If you're gonna have it even on chill difficulty, it's still pretty precise what you have to do with the landings. Like, maybe if you did chill but brought down the obstacles, I don't know, man. But you know, I'm zooming through the rest stops, actually getting as many rest stops and shops as possible, because that minimizes the amount of times that I could just mess up a run with the landings. All of these runs, no hit doesn't matter. No items doesn't matter. It's all about the landings. That was the main focus. Nothing else really. I really don't know what they're called. I don't know the name even for, I mean, yeah, the mystery ones give you challenges, but what if they don't give you a challenge, you know? And we'll see the veteran achievement later that I will be farming one specific. It was even just hard to find a really good fragment or, you know, shard that had an easy route to a challenge, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, just going through these levels, you don't need to go fast. If I was messing up or I didn't see something, I'd just use my ability to save myself, because the ability, especially if you're heading towards an uphill and you have nowhere else to go, you could hit the ability and it would bring you to a perfect with all the sliders down. It would be like an okay on anything else. So yeah, I'm probably gonna minimize this down pretty quick because there's not much to talk about. It's the same thing over and over again. I'm going through worlds. I'm avoiding challenges. I'm avoiding the mystery shards or whatever. So no challenges are coming up. I might have risked one or two, maybe. But really, I was going through those anti-worlds or whatever. Just taking my time, making sure I get those perfects. And then, of course, I hit a shop at the final bit. Speed through that, and we're on to the winning final machine run. So, hands are sweaty. And I might not even talk for this. There's not much to talk about. I do the same path each time. I always go to the left to right. While I'm in the air, I look to where the next location of the little engine thing is. I don't really know what to call it. You know, the only thing that really makes this hard is energy. I want to say energy control. I turned the obstacles down, so avoiding those things wasn't that hard, and they never really are. Those like energy beams that come down, those things, they're not really that difficult to avoid. It's more the surface changing that is something you have to watch out for, because if you don't control your energy correctly, you might not be able to save yourself or get around the environment correctly. That makes sense. I do skip that farther. I skipped like 2. I don't know why I chose to do that. I think that was really dumb. But I skipped those 2, then come back. Looking back at it, I don't know if that was the right call. It was really risky, but I do it anyways. So I'm gonna skip the whole cutscene because it's unskippable. I complete the shard, get the 2 achievements: Perfect Landing Master and the Machine, and that's those 2 done, which only leaves the very last one, which is Veteran. So this first part, I believe, was right after I completed the Perfect Landing run. I probably still had some time, and I was like, you know what, let me jump in, see if I could do some runs. This is the very first level. This is me just playing normally now. I didn't have to deal with not getting hit, this or that or whatever. I just had to find challenges and play them. I don't think I even had to beat them. I didn't have to win the challenge. I just had to play them. And these runs got boring because if there wasn't a challenge close by, I probably just skipped the whole run entirely. So most of these runs are just the very first level. just because of how boring it is. I mean, there were some where I got to a shop. Maybe there was a thing close by and I could quickly get some easy items just to make me go a little faster. Like here, I'm taking way too much time. I should just, if there wasn't one close by, I should have just ignored it. On to the next run. Look at me, I'm like taking my time. There's no point to. This was a waste of time. So I bought all that stuff. I get to the first question mark thing, and it's not even a challenge. That's the whole point. I didn't know which ones were challenges, that I could just get something like this. I could just get an item. There was no point to it. There's no point to taking my time. You know, in the end, some of it was fun. You know, I could build up speed and fly through the air and whatever. Having that one thing after completing the game, being able to just get a whole bunch of items to just mess around with. I mean, look at this. It's really fun. Like here's a challenge. I go for the 50-50, I think. The challenge starts, you know? And pretty much I just have to play this. But that's one. I didn't know how many I had in terms of, you know, the 50, because it's been going on since the very first time I played. So I didn't know where I was at. By this time, I haven't thought of how I would do it. I was just going through levels and seeing, oh, there's a thing there, let me just play the game and see if I get a challenge. But it was taking way too long. So on to day 2, like, look at this. I'm planning out a route with the most amount of challenges. What I should have been doing is looking for a shard that has a challenge as its first one, or as like its second one, which I do eventually do. This was a complete waste of time. Planning out a route with the most amount of potential challenges was a waste of time. So eventually I get to this one, which I don't know if this is the exact run, the exact shard I was farming, but this was my first time seeing this one. I have never seen this challenge before. I think even in an update note, they got rid of this one or something. I don't know. But you have a whole buttload of time to go back and forth saving the Weebos or whatever. And you get sparks you get a certain amount of sparks per Weebo. But I found one shard that has this one, I believe, 2 levels in. So I did it. That's a challenge. That was one. I just have to save one Weebo and go back and forth. This might be the one. That was the one. So you'll see now I'm restarting with the same seed because I'm going to continue to just farm that shard. I'm just going to go do the same thing over and over again to play those challenges. That's all I did. Now, while playing this for, I don't know, maybe it had to be close to 10, maybe 10, maybe 15. I noticed that even though I was on the same seed, the challenge level, like the terrain in this challenge, changed. And it didn't change throughout the regular worlds. It was really weird that the challenge changed, but the other ones didn't. But I mean, look, that quick to complete the challenge, That's another one down. I really did find this one weird. I didn't know what to think of this challenge. It seemed completely different from all the other ones. Very strange. I mean, after this one, I think well, yeah, I can see. I looked up if there was a way to track how many challenges I've done. Because by this time I did 5, I think. And I was like, dang. How many more do I have to go? Because, I mean, I've been playing the game for a while. I played all the shards. I've beaten the game. I've done other achievements. How many more do I have to do? So that's what I was kind of looking for in this next part. Or, you know, for a while. Another thing I was wondering was if I had to complete the entire shard for me to get the achievement to pop. But then I remembered Shopify and no, yeah, Shopify was the one that you have to manifest everything. It doesn't make you complete the whole shard. Now, this chase music isn't too bad. I thought that was pretty good. But this music, once you enter one of the bubbles, I did have to listen to that every single time. I'm not going to take that out. That's gonna be a little beep boop, beep boop, beep beep boop boop beep boop boop. I don't know, but that got annoying after a while. So this is the second level. I don't know if I put that in, if I put a clip of this in, but it starts with the snow level, then there was this grass level, then it was the challenge. This is the final one, actually. I think I skipped a couple because I didn't really know what else to say. I skipped a couple. I'm gonna show this whole one. This is the final one, and then there's the achievement that pops after this one. So yeah, I mean, it was fun. I really did like this game. This game was... It made me mad at times, but I think that because of this YouTube channel, I was able to kind of turn those, like, difficult levels that I got mad at into something. And I mean, this game, Landfall, is always so good at what they do. And there's the achievement. Look at that. So here's me looking at the achievement. You can see I have now 100%. And this is me getting... Actually, this is probably part of the thumbnail, so you probably already saw that little achievement haste thing up there. Because I was a little proud about that, so yeah, I'll throw it up on screen now. I'll have, I'll just have some stuff in the background. This is 100%. I mean, Haste 100%. Don't really know what else to say. Done with the game. And, you know, I want to make more. I want to make more from this game. I want to play it more, definitely. You know, I mean, the multiplayer came out. Yeah, multiplayer came out. Don't know what to do with that because I don't have friends. So I have nobody to play with. I thought it was going to be online. Turns out it's not. It's invite only. There's no, like, lobbies that you can do. And from the multiplayer, outfits came out. There was a whole thing with outfits. And I went on I got rid of the recording. I spent like an hour researching. I don't even know what this is. This is something about Flopsy the clown. It's this... There's 2 outfits. One of them's called Twisted Flopsy. I have no idea. I went to the Discord. I don't even have Discord. I made up a random account. Seriously, I don't know what I don't know. If you have any information, please let me know. But that's it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I want to do more. If there's more updates, I will look at them, okay? But for now, please comment, like, and subscribe. Do all the good stuff. And I'll see you all in the next one. God bless and goodbye.